Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for a purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. For uses of use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, education, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Now let's start this dang show.
You don't have any fights this week? Oh man, we gotta have some fights.
Somebody who's always loved good defense. What makes Myles Garrett so good?
Oh man, he's really perfectly suited, with his quickness and explosiveness. He's really a natural athlete, so he takes advantage of all his body positions, and there's no weakness in any of his game at all. And his effort is really good too. Sometimes guys don't finish all the time. He's blasting all over the field. He had 3 or 4 sacks last week, chasing from the backside. Not just in the pocket type of stuff, but just all over the field. So he's a fantastic talent.
What your impression of QB Shedeur Sanders during the draft process?
That's a good question, because we visited with him, and I talked to him a little extra, and was just trying to understand where he's coming from, realizing that he'd been under enormous pressure growing up, and all that, just naturally with the pops that he had and all that. And I'm just curious how he's handled it and dealt with it. He's got a really, really good outlook on the world and how he deals with all of the stressors and all of the things that comes his way. I really liked him. He's a piano player, he had well-versed, and I was impressed with the kid.
There's obviously been some negativity outside the building lately, so what has it like been for you as a
Are we talking about politics?
football world Raiders, but what has it been like for you just to foster positivity inside this building?
What is it like for me to do that? Is that what you're really asking?
Yeah. What has that been like as a head coach with all the distractions of what might be going on outside?
Well, I honestly don't know any other way to do it. And every day to me is the day that I've got to prove it to these guys that I'm on it and in it, and calling on them to be there to compete and battle. So I would tell you that I've never been 2-8 as a head coach. So I don't. This is new. Some of that's new, and I think I coach a lot better when we're winning than I do when we're not. But it's the everyday challenge of meeting the expectations of what you signed up for, and I got no problem with doing that.
Do you expect Aiden to be 2 or 3 on Sunday?
Yes.
Do you expect it to be number 2?
So we're gonna wait and see.
Everything that guy just says is bullshit. Thank you.
Hey, it's Friday.
Wait, I got it. There you go.
I was stuck on that. I had to make sure that plays. What is up? It is another Friday preview of the Raider game going on this weekend against the Browns. Asylum, who... well, I guess, I don't know. I was going to say, everyone's talking about Shedeur, and you called it earlier during the draft, not the draft, but during the schedule episode where you said, you watch him make his first start against the Raiders, and then we're going to show everybody that we didn't need him, but you kind of...
But we got Geno Smith.
So...
and really, I mean, Pete Carroll, I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. The comment there, I coach better when we're winning. That is the most asinine thing you could fucking say. I can coach better when we're winning. The whole point of being a coach is to teach your guys to win, to put them in positions to win, not get out-coached by these coaches that are supposed to be lesser levels than you. That's coaching, not I can coach. I mean, anybody can fucking coach better when you don't got to do nothing but go out there and tell your guy. You know, it's like when you're playing backyard, right? Backyard football, right? You just say, all right, you're going to go, halfway and cut across. I want you to go 10, this here, and you're just going to go deep. There's no fucking play calling there. It's just telling everybody what to do that they're good at. You already know where it's going to go. Yeah, you can coach better when the talent is fucking doing all the goddamn work.
If we all can be like that, I don't know. Maybe the argument. Let me talk this music real quick. That argument where it's Phil Jackson when he took over the Bulls. He didn't build that team. He just took them to the next level. Same thing. Maybe when he came to the Lakers, I don't know who was coaching before him. So whatever. But maybe like Steve Kerr with the Warriors, the team was built by Mark Jackson. Steve Kerr just took it to the next level. Maybe Pete. Maybe if we had maybe how about this? Maybe if Pete took over, if they weren't going to get Bisaccia.
Took over that Gruden team, it'd be a different story.
Where it was they were there, they just didn't, so now Pete can just polish it up. But you're asking, I get okay, like a car, okay? Pete is not the guy that's gonna rebuild your engine. Pete is gonna be the guy that works on the body to make it look nice. Okay, let me add the details, let me, here and put a nice bumper.
Pete ain't even that. Pete comes in and he's the designer, that engineer that does it all on the fucking computer and says, this is what it got to look like. I'll go out there and do the work.
And then you get a Cybertruck. No.
Oh, fuck, I hate those fucking things. That's one of the ugliest fucking designs in the world.
It's the Homer Simpson. It's the Homer Simpson vehicle from the early seasons.
I'd rather have a fucking Flintstone mobile.
Oh yeah, got to put in work for that one though, and that's what he is not the way. And I don't know. He said it right there. Oh, I coach better when I'm winning, and like she said,
that's asinine. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Thank you, Captain Obvious. I mean, when it comes down to it, it is just, to be honest with you, saying that fucking Lane Kiffin can coach better when he's winning.
Hey.
Okay? Josh McDaniels can coach better when he's winning. Because all of a sudden, they look like a good coach. So that just tells me Pete Carroll walks out there and just expects players to be just this amazing talent. And I'm just going to go out there and point and talk. I'm going to wrestle with you a little bit during warm-ups. I'm going to make it look good. It's here to get paid. Y'all do all the fucking work.
Tupac Shedeur about to walk down those Raiders and win a ball game. And you know what? As the way the Raiders playing, I
can't argue it.
Can't argue it. Can't argue it. We're not going to be Raider haters. We already have a segment about that. Not for tonight, but we have a segment. We're not trying to be Raider haters. Just trying to be realists now. That's what happens in the beginning of the season. You know, we're hopeful. Then as you get into the middle of the season and beyond, we start becoming realists. Because it's like I kept trying to believe.
Hold on.
But it's just
it's not even that. It's at the beginning of the season. We are being asked to make predictions and stuff like that based off of what we're seeing and what's on paper, right? I mean, we've had so many goddamn head coaches. We don't know what to expect.
It's like we're here to try to make it make sense on why they made the decisions that they do. Exactly. So we're trying to do the equation on the chalkboard. E equals MC squared and Pythagorean theorem and all that, whatever. And then we're like, okay, I think I got the equation. And then when you see the actual result play out, as you know, each week goes along, you're like, nope, that's nope. I was
wrong there. I was wrong. Hey,
nope.
I wasn't big on Pete Carroll. I wasn't. I was one of the few. But I had to drink the Kool-Aid because we had no choice. Didn't want to die in the desert. You know,
had to drink the Kool-Aid with the brand new Nikes. With that guy with no eyelids from the 90s, if you remember that, you know, because the comments coming, they're gonna take us away. And I once again,
away, they're coming to take me away. Oh, off to the funny part.
Once again, drink the Kool-Aid, and this season is dead.
Well, I mean, things, it is what it is in some aspects. And I know there was people out there who was saying this was going to happen. There were people out there that had different, you know, aspirations when it comes to shit. But again, when you drafted Ashton Genty,
yep,
right, you expect your team to run the ball a lot.
Yep.
Right? I mean, he has like 100 and something carries, 149 carries. We expected that number to at least be doubled at this point of the season.
6 carries, 7 yards.
You know, I mean, so yeah, I mean, we're trying to make educated guesses as best as we can here. Obviously, our education is fucking not very good because we were nowhere near this.
We are in a very colluded, that's the wrong word, just, you know, public school system here. Okay, that's basically what we are, trying to figure out these I don't know, whatever. But anyways,
yeah, I mean, you know, it is what it is. But then, you know, as we keep saying, now's the time to be seeing a lot of things, seeing what we got. I mean, in all honesty, I just read an article, right? They were talking about Patrick Graham's defense.
Yeah.
And how it's looking right now. And I said this early on, how Patrick Graham's defense has not been looking like it has for the last 3 years. And why is that? Because it's a hybrid of Patrick Graham and Pete Carroll's defense. You know, people said this about Gruden for the longest time. I believe we said it there at one point even. You know, just be the fucking head coach and let your coordinators do their job, right?
Yeah.
And in this case, I know you're supposed to be a defensive guy, but goddamn, let Patrick Graham do his job. He had that defense. You know, yes, you added new people, and that's a big thing. There's a lot more new people on that defense that people, you know, aren't seeing.
But see, we saw that last year with all the injuries that went, you know, that happened on the defensive side, and Patrick Graham still had that defense.
He put the people and put the plays out there that was best fitting his defense. And now you got a head coach. Usually we have this problem on offense, right? Head coach meddling where he should be meddling. You know, I'm a firm believer of that, of the philosophy. If it ain't broke, don't fucking fix it. And Pete Carroll seems to want his name on absolutely fucking everything. I'm sure he changed the letterhead to make sure his name is under Raiders and Pete Carroll. You know, I mean, it's just, Leave it the fuck alone. Be a head coach. You know,
Yeah.
Stop getting out coached by rookie head coaches.
Yeah, you know, because we have that right here. No, that's not it. That's the wrong one. This one right here. Yeah, I mean, Ben Johnson on our list going into the season. Well, off season. Apparently, that wasn't our choice. Not saying that we were all for Ben Johnson, but hindsight 2020. But that's a whole. That's
2020. I was in favor of Ben Johnson. I know Peggy was not. Right? Peggy
I was nervous. I was nervous about Ben Johnson. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we all be nervous for a first-time head coach. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And I know Peggy. Show me what you got, right? I don't know what you got. You ain't shit. Well, I think Ben Johnson's proving Peggy wrong.
Yeah, so far, and he with an inherited quarterback, because he didn't he came in last year, and he's making him look good. We made fun of the way his practice, he was way off target, but hey, now he's over there throwing deep passes, whatever, and we ain't got that. But in his press conference today, they were asking him a lot of offensive questions because we all know it's the offense that has been not doing what they're supposed to be doing. $6 million coordinator, $66.5 million quarterback, and an offensive line that
really has no depth. I mean, it goes. He did not change the offensive line. Well, let me rephrase that. He did not change as far as players and going, because he moved some people around.
Yep.
And an experiment is great until it's not. Right? I mean, but you play games, and I know this sounds like a dead horse, but you play games with JPJ. You got Parham, that's a revolving door. Your word, Savage. He's a revolving door. Okay? And then when you finally take Meredith, who I felt was picking up the center position, you finally put him in, you finally move him out of center because you were forced to put Putnam in after you put Putnam in at the fucking left guard. Right? When
because Kappa took yeah.
Because Parham got hurt, he went in at guard, and Kappa went in for JPJ.
Yeah.
So you keep Meredith at center. And obviously you didn't like that the way that worked. So you leave Kappa in. No, I'm sorry, you move Meredith to the right. Because obviously the Kappa experiment, he's starting to see ain't working. He didn't want to put Kappa in. You put Parham back in, and you put Putnam at center. Stop playing these fucking games. You are not smart. It just feels like he's trying to be the smartest man on the fucking field, and he's making himself look like an ass. I mean, it's just we need to start having some Shrek things on here for him. All right, donkey, that's enough. Some shit like that. Because
try to be a smart ass. Now you're
these decisions that are being made. I get the experiment. You did it. You tried it early on in the season. Well, if it's not working, put the people back at their strengths. You're gonna put Meredith instead of fucking Parham when Parham started fucking playing like shit. With JPJ at center, and then you're gonna still have your Kappa in or whoever the hell else you want to put on the right side. I mean, plain and simple. When Colton Miller goes down, you bring in Forsythe, who's only had one bad game so far. But I'll admit this. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
I'm just going to say, I'll say this much about Forsythe. When he has a bad game, boy, does he have a bad fucking game.
Well, like I was going to say it's all about competing, Asylum, okay? It's all about competing. Here is.
No, I do not want to hear those words. His fucking mouth.
You can't spell compete without Pete.
Because you know what? Okay. There is no competition except for the people that he wants to. The more I keep watching shit, the more I keep thinking Pete's doing this shit to prove a point, to be able to justify getting rid of a JPJ, who's not his guy, to get rid of certain other players, to bring in his guys, which I get. Head coaches do that. They bring in their guys. First of all, let's stop taking the Seattle Seahawks rejects. Okay? But stop playing games with these guys, though. If JPJ's not your guy, you just say, he's not really my guy. I'm not liking the way he's playing. That's why I'm playing these guys. Not, he's got to compete. He's got to compete. He's got to compete. I'm playing games and put him in a position that is making him look bad because at center, you do not have a leg to stand on for cutting his ass, for trading his ass, whatever it is, because at center, he's the best center we got.
For he's the best offensive lineman we got. So, but
that's because Colton Miller's hurt again.
Best ability is availability, and Colton Miller got hurt.
Yeah,
I was ready to trade him.
As you say that, who's still not available right now and probably going to be out for the rest of the season?
Everyone's out for right now. Okay, now I'm ready to go play offensive line. Okay, let's go. I got hoop dreams. All right, here we go. Here is Pete Carroll talking about the offense, because that's all they were asking him today in his press conference is about the offense and the offensive line more so. Here we go.
Offensive line, how do you think practice went this week? Were you happy with?
Yeah. Well, I made sure that every day was a really important day for us. I wanted to make sure that we didn't, just get out there and go through the motions and do a normal practice. We can't afford to do that. We have to practice well at every phase of it. Really emphasizing red zone and third down is a huge deal on both sides of the football, and finishing those opportunities.
Going around the question,
one way or the other.
So going around the question.
We had a good strong week.
How are you doing that though?
And healthy with us, so that helped us.
Pete, just when you look at the inconsistencies of offense, how much is it is play calling, and how much of it is just like the team having a hard time blocking?
That's a pretty big question right there. Let me say this: that each game is a different experience, and you have to deal with the game. And last week was a very unusual game. We were out chunking down the field and making a good move to put the ball in position to score, and we wound up taking field goals. And unfortunately, after we stopped them a couple times, they went down and scored and changed the game. We had something in mind that we were doing in that game, and before you know it was 24-6 or whatever.
It's been that way the whole fucking season. Where does he think that they're chunking down the fucking field? We've been able to get into the red zone and not do shit. So is that play calling? Or is that fucking the players? Like you said, he's dancing around the fucking question. He wants to throw Chip Kelly under the bus. But he's trying not to because he's done thrown every other goddamn position under the bus already. Except, you notice the one person he's not putting it on.
His son, Brennan. Or Geno Smith.
Geno fucking Smith.
Both of them for me. Both of them. It's just,
you notice? It's never a quarterback problem. Not once. And again, when Geno was asked about changing the play at the line, why would I want to do that? That was the play that was called. So basically, whatever Pete Carroll says to do, Geno's one of them house boys and is going to go do what he's told. All right, I'll play it again.
And the game shifted on us a little bit. And I don't feel like we really had the opportunity to really work the running game, and so we tried to win the football game. And so sometimes the stats don't work out.
Didn't have the opportunity.
They can be critically looked at, and so what I'm saying is we're still developing. We're still coming along. It's unfortunate to have to say that this late in the season, but we're still finding.
My new name for Pete Carroll's Nancy Pelosi.
So we were very aggressive last week, and I'm hoping Chip will do that again this week.
Expect Jordan Meredith at guard or center?
We got to wait and see. Let's leave a little.
How do you guys weigh, when to give
Still
your tackles help in pass protection?
How do we know when to?
How do you guys weigh, when to? Just looking at the stats, it seems like Stone and DJ have been left on an island a handful of times this year, over 60% of the time.
Well, it depends on what the plan is, and certain guys call for certain attention, and situations call for certain attention, and the style of throws, you play passing, you move the quarterback, those kinds of things are all part of all of the big picture of that. And we really respected the guys last week rushing the passer, and we respect these guys too. So it's a different plan this week than it was last week, but it's specific to them. And we got to hit it at the right times, knowing how good Miles is.
Geno Smith?
You can do all you want to take care of him, and he can still win. He's famous for it. So we got to hope we do a really nice job, and the guys work together really well.
Over the last 6 weeks since Colton Miller went down, how have you seen Stone Forsythe take advantage of the opportunity and adjust with the role?
I think Stone's probably
Forsythe, like you said, has been good.
And
what a horrible game!
He's been a right tackle,
last one.
Historically,
no,
and he's played.
He had one bad game so
that's
far.
what he's been to make that jump and to hold up and all that. I think he's done a really, really good job. So
Forsythe is an all or nothing kind of thing.
Great competitive kid with the right mentality and mindset and all of that, and he's willing to take on any of the battles. He's got a big one this week. This is as tough as it gets. So he'll be up for the challenge of it, and we'll do what we can to make sure that the plan works out. But I think Stone's been great, really, for how we got him and where we brought him from to show up and play for us in this manner. We're very fortunate.
I mean, it's going to come down to, I'm sorry, I know this is a dead fucking horse, but it comes down to you want to pull people. Yeah, I'm telling you, he's the Nancy Pelosi of the Raiders. At least she fucking is retiring. Y'all are lucky in California for that. But anyways, pull fucking Geno. Stop waiting. I mean, the fact that he hasn't done it. But why do we got to, if he's going to do it, fourth quarter, if he's not effective in the first fucking quarter, then pull his ass. Try something else.
This game coming up against the Shedeur Sanders, first start, but the Shedeur Sanders Browns against these Raiders with Geno Smith, this game is going to be talked about a lot. If Shedeur Sanders has a decent game for being a rookie, like he has a decent game, all the people who wanted Shedeur Sanders, like, look what see. You guys could have, and I read something that said that one of the main reasons why Pete Carroll and them didn't want to draft Shedeur Sanders, because they passed him many times. He got drafted in the 5th, was because with them getting Geno Smith, they didn't want the crowd rumbling. And we've talked about this too. You remember in Oakland when they drafted Jamarcus Russell, and the starting quarterback for that year was McCown, one of the McCowns, and he wasn't doing bad. He wasn't like, he wore the number 12. He wasn't Rich Gannon. But he wasn't doing bad, but everybody wanted to see Jamarcus Russell because Al Davis, and the media hyped him, and Al Davis picked him and everything. And you remember the whole stadium was cheering for Jamarcus Russell. Now we all know what happened after the fact.
There was one person who wasn't.
And there was one person who was.
I wasn't a fan of that draft pick, and I was proven right once again.
There was one person that you was going to the game with who was. He's going to be the greatest, man. He's going to be the greatest.
God, he's Jamarcus Russell's only and biggest fan.
His only fan. Anyways, this game is going to be one of those games that people are going to be like, look, see, you could have got him. You could have got him in the first. You could have got him in the second. You could have got him in the third. You could have got him in the fourth.
And now, say this to all those people who are going to say that, are waiting to say that, because I know how this game's going to go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Geno Smith's going to start and finish the game. You want to make Geno. I mean, you want to make Shedeur look bad. Start Aiden O'Connell. And when our offense is actually scoring points, because he could throw a guy open and everything else that we've all been through with this whole fucking Geno bullshit, okay, who can handle a new offensive coordinator because he's on his 6th in 3 fucking years, 5th, 6th, whatever it is. Okay, so we know he can take a new system and do something with it and win the game. I can turn around and say, see, we was right. Don't base the Shedeur bullshit off of what's going on, because we already know the minute you hit the 20-yard line, Gino and Pete Carroll are going to be on their knees gawking it up, the Gluck 3000, and fucking not be able to get into the end zone.
Well, let's get into this matchup first. Okay, frustrated Raider fans here. Okay, it's like, what's going on, man? All right, Browns and Raiders. Raiders lead the head-to-head between the two, 18-10. These are the last 10 games. Raiders in the last 10 games are 7-3. We played them last year, and that was a close game, and that was with Watson quarterbacking, and then we were able to get some interceptions off of him. We did smack around Amari Cooper, when he was playing for the Browns in that game, which we had for 9 days, and then he retired. He probably saw what was going on. Nope, I'm going to retire. There was the 2021 game that we barely got by, and I want to say we won that on the field goal. I believe it was like a last-second field goal to keep our playoff hopes alive on that 2021.
Probably right.
Yeah, I the one game I didn't go to, and I had season tickets for that season, the 2018 year. I didn't go to that game. That's the one game I didn't go to that year. And the Raiders and the Browns, 42-45, won in overtime. The Raiders did. So it's. I don't want to say the Browns are like when I talked about how the Bears are, and we're like you can't trust how the Raiders are going to play towards the Browns, because the Raiders always play down to their competition. But this is we're both 2-8. We're both trying to figure out what the coach is doing, because I know a lot of Browns fans who they drafted Shedeur. The Browns brought back Flacco because he did.
You have to remember, there's only one reason why Shedeur is playing in this game.
No, I know, because Gabriel's got the concussion. He's in concussion protocol.
And that's the only reason. That's the only reason. They're out of choices. They traded away two quarterbacks. They're paying one high-priced quarterback for an injury, if I remember correctly, is why he's out for the season.
Watson.
Yeah, Watson. And your rookie, who was actually playing halfway decent, and giving you a glimpse of the possible future, ended up with a concussion. So you are on your last choice quarterback.
Well, but I'm saying is a lot of there's because I would see people post stuff. A lot of Browns fans, I'm not saying every, but there are a lot of Browns fans that are like, let's go see what Shedeur can do, and the media is twisting it, talking about that the Browns are doing Shedeur wrong, whatever. So it's went by injury. He's here now. He came in the Ravens game, and the whole fans were all jumping up and down for it because that was a home game for them. Now he's coming to the Raiders, which people thought the encrypted messages he put on X was he wanted to get drafted by the Raiders. So I know they're going to go and write this as, okay, for the first team that passed me by, the one I wanted to go to, I'm going to show you what you didn't pick. But we'll see what happens. It's not it's the way we look.
I got it like this. This is where Patrick Graham puts his foot down and tells Pete Carroll, leave my fucking defense alone. I'm doing it my way, and we'll see what Shedeur
I messed up. So this is supposed to say the Raiders, of course. When you recycle graphics, I'm trying to give good luck to the Raiders. Okay, speaking of a dead horse. Anyways, so hey, you know what? It is what it is, okay? That's how bad it is that even our graphics department is all like, wait, who?
Fuck this bullshit. I'm just going to phone it in.
We are the Denver Broncos this week, okay?
Hey, hold on.
Like Bo Nix.
Pretty well. I'll take it.
Think like Bo Nix, okay? So, all you guys, it is what it is, okay? We do a lot here, but sometimes we mess up. All right. So the Cleveland Browns, let's look at their offense. Their offense is ranked overall 31st, 257 yards overall. The rushing offense is 26 with 98. The passing offense is 159, which is 31st. And then their points per game, 16.2, which is 29th. The Raiders offense, actually, let's go with the defense. The Browns defense, 273 yards. I'm going to start over. Their defense is ranked overall second in the league, that's great for our offense. Yeah. 273 yards they give up in a game. 106 of that is on the ground, which is 14th. But the passing offense, that's great. Maybe we'll run the ball this time, even though we had the same for the Cowboys this past Monday and they still didn't listen. Passing yards, 167 they give up, which is first. And points per game, they give up 23 points, which is 18th. The Raiders offense, 269 overall offense is ranked 30th. That's how many yards they give up, how many yards they get in game. 81 of that is on the ground, which is 30th, low. 187 of that is in the air, 25th, low. 15.5 points per game, which is worse than the Browns, 30th in the league. And our defense, 326 yards we give up total, which is 17th. 107 of that's on the ground, which is 15th. Passing yards, 219th we give up, which is 19th. And we give up a total or an average 25.3 points per game, which is 24th. So two lowly teams. And looking at those numbers, Asylum, what should we do? I know what we're going to do, so it doesn't matter. But what should we do looking at these numbers comparing the two?
It's the same shit that we keep talking about. You alluded to it right there. First of all, run the fucking ball and control the clock. Right? I mean, you got to worry about Myles Garrett, right? I mean, that's the biggest concern on the defense is Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
So, if you run the ball, not that he can't be effective in that part, but you're kind of taking him out the game to an extent, especially if you're not running to his side. But run the ball, establish that shit, especially when you're in the red zone. Stop being predictable. I mean, the biggest thing is Pete Carroll. Leave the offense to Chip Kelly. Let's see if the problem is Chip Kelly. Pete Carroll admitted it last week. This is what I wanted. This is what I going to do. This is what we were going to do. No. I know the people who are not on board. They hate Chip Kelly right now. But do you really know if it's Chip Kelly? Pete Carroll's had his hands in the offensive play calling the whole season. So let's see if the problem is Chip Kelly. Let Patrick Graham do with his defense that he wants to do, because he's already proven he can get a average player to play better. Stop putting it all on Max fucking Crosby. Because you know what? Malcolm Kuntz, I'm still waiting.
1 year. He probably won't be here next year.
That's a 1 year deal. Let his ass fucking walk. I didn't want to keep him. I said let him walk and keep Chase on. What the fuck do I know? I'm not a coach.
Well, let's look at. We can't compare the quarterbacks because he just got in. The Browns, Shedeur Sanders just got in his first regular season action last week. So let's look at his profile right here. From this last game against the Ravens, it came in relief of Dylan Gabriel with the concussion protocol. Drafted in 2025, of course, 5th round, pick 144 by the Cleveland Browns. He was their second quarterback picked in this past draft. The first was the Dylan Gabriel, who went out for this concussion protocol. Fourth quarterback on the depth chart for the Browns at the start of the season. Then he came into the Ravens due to the concussion. In that game, 4 completions out of 16 attempts, a 25% completion percentage, 47 yards, 2.9 average, no touchdowns. He had an interception early And I believe he was sacked twice. In that game. He'll get his first start against the Raiders. Of course, that's how fate always has it with the Raiders. He'll get his first start against the Raiders this Sunday. And let's look at the Browns and the Raiders offensive leaders. Now, of course, Doug. It's supposed to be Dylan Gabriel. I'm all over the place, okay? That's how bad it is this season. Put it on. Hey, if the graphics if they don't look right, put it on me. Blame me, okay?
Hold on. Gino said put it on him. It's Gino's fault.
Okay, Gino, it's your fault then. Okay, so the graphics is Gino, it's your fault. Because we don't do accountability over here. All right, Dylan Gabriel. Doug Gabriel, that's the receiver for the Raiders a long time ago. You guys remember? Yeah, not a long time. Last 10 years. Okay, Doug Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel, 59% completion percentage, 937 yards, 7 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. He will not be playing in this game. But his playmakers on this team, Quinshawn Judkins, the running back, 157 attempts, 620 yards, 5 touchdowns, along with 46. And then Dylan Gabriel is your second leading on this team, 14 attempts, 86 yards, no touchdowns, along with 19. The receivers, Harold Fannin Jr., 44 receptions, 422 yards, 2 touchdowns with a long of 25. And then Jerry Jeudy, 31 receptions, 356 yards, 1 touchdown and along with 33. Looking at the Raiders side, Geno Smith, who seems to have more lives than a cat, keeps coming back. Cat came back. 66.3% completion percentage this season with 2,082 yards total passing, 12 touchdowns and 13 interceptions, which ties the league with Tua in Miami. Ashton Genty only 40.
He's still leading. Did Tua throw another interception last week?
Yes, I believe so.
Everything I've heard, Geno's leading with 13.
Well, you know what? Just let Geno hold my beer. Let me get the record back. Okay,
I'm tired of somebody holding his beer. Just let him fucking keep his own goddamn beer.
Well, at the way he's throwing, it's like he's on the beer. Anyways, Ashton Genty, only 149 attempts, 554 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns, as long as 64. And then Geno Smith happens to be your second leading.
There, though, because that's rushing touchdowns, right?
Yeah, rushing touchdowns, not receiving touchdowns. Because he has, I think, 4 more of that one. So
3 or 4 of those. So,
yeah. Geno Smith happens to be your second leading rusher on the Raiders, 34 attempts, 102 yards of rushing. No touchdowns along with 20.
Keep in mind, that's because they don't they're not running the ball enough, and they're not using Mostert.
Nope, not using Mostert, which is whatever.
Which is he has proven is a good complement running style to Ashton Genty.
Yeah, but the best compliment to a quarterback is a running game, and they don't use that either. So I don't know. Someone is over there. I don't know. Okay, we don't know. None of us we're all trying to figure out. None of us know. Trey Tucker is your leading receiver with 38 receptions, 502 yards, 5 touchdowns along with 61. And Brock Bowers is your second leading, 39 receptions, 455 yards of reception yards, 3 touchdowns, and along of 38. Now, Asylum.
And those numbers right there is with still missing 3 games.
Still missing 3 games. So this is his 3 games when he coming back from that injury. So they're starting to use him now, but still, now they're going to start force-feeding him the ball.
They used him, they didn't use him, and then they tried to use him.
Yeah, but now look at like you saw in the Bronco. See, I'm all stuck on Broncos. You saw in the Cowboy game, they tried to force it to him, which led to another interception. Geno Smith said, "Hey,
you can't let Geno try to force the fucking ball. He got lucky in week 1, and he justified his comment about this is why I get paid the big bucks. I think Geno needs to go give everybody $100 in Raider Nation." And to the family and to the guy he said that to, he owes him $3 million for fucking just saying that comment. I want everybody who's going to the games, I want everybody to have a sign in the damn stadium asking Geno Smith, why does he get paid big bucks?
Why does he get paid the
I
big
want
bucks?
Geno Smith to have to answer that fucking question.
If he see,
Because
that's
I
why you
want to
can't.
know.
You know, you need to get a. Can you imagine Asylum with a press pass? Hey, Gino, I have a question. Okay, tell us again. Why do you get paid the big bucks? Oh, are you Monday morning quarterbacks?
Because I may not have an answer to that. Trust me, I had the questions.
But
is it because you throw the most interceptions in a season? Is it because you can't fucking run the ball? Is it because you're fucking blind and can't see shit? Are you racist and can't throw to a black jersey?
Well, between the storyline for this game, well, let's start over. With the storyline, everyone's talking about Shedeur Sanders. Everyone knows that the biggest fear is this guy right here.
Oh, yeah. You have to watch. For one,
especially with the offensive
you don't
line.
want him putting the helmet back on your quarterback.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Ask Rudolph. Mason Rudolph. Ask him.
Yeah.
Ask
you
him.
Don't want that happening. And this man's a beast. You have to make sure you're double teaming, triple, chipping him. You need to make sure on the offensive line and everybody else who can be involved, you know where he's at on the field and doing everything you can to slow him down.
Yeah, because if you look at his stats right here, this is the 10 games, that he's played in this season. 39 tackles, 29 solo, 22 of that tackles for loss, 21 quarterback hits, and 15 sacks. In this year, 3 games this year, he's had multiple sack games. 2 sacks against the Bengals. That was his last game. 4 sacks against the Ravens. That was earlier. No, that was the first game. And then the first game of the season. And then he had a 5-game sack game. That was against the Patriots.
And really, other than the Bengals because of injury, the other 2 are good teams.
Yeah.
Good offenses. And the fact that he's got those kind of numbers, be scared.
Yeah. So
I want the talk of this game, no matter how it goes, I want the talk of this game to be about Myles Garrett and Max Crosby.
Well, if you go look, because it's going to be the battle of the edge rushers. Both play 10 games. Max Crosby, 42 tackles to Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett, 39. Crosby has 26 solo. Myles Garrett has 29 solo. Max has 14 tackles for loss. Myles has 22. Max has 6 sacks. Myles has 15. But Max Crosby has an interception. Ding, ding, ding. We got a winner. No. So those guys are going to go back and forth.
You would say relatively even, but you have to give the edge to Myles Garrett right now.
Of course.
Of course. And I'm going to go off the key number, not the tackle for losses or anything else. The key number being the sacks. That's what you're going to go off of. The interception was amazing. We could use 2 or 3 more in this upcoming game for Max Crosby. But, both of them you got a game plan for. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
I just hope. Well, this offensive line coach with the offensive.
I'm not going to take it from the offensive line and the problems we have there. There are problems, but again, no. Not Sleepy Joe Biden. Nancy Pelosi. You would have heard it earlier, Jeff. Pete Carroll equals Nancy Pelosi. Back to what I was talking about. We have seen a lot of Geno's interceptions and bad play call or play decisions come with a clean pocket. So you cannot 100% blame the offensive line. There are problems there, but it's not 100% there. Again,
I mean, he's had time.
A little skull. Make him wear it during the fucking game.
Wild thing, you make everything suck. All right. Let's look at the injury report, Asylum. Let's look at this right here, okay?
Oh my God!
We have
not on there.
Aiden O'Connell could be activated. He is activated. John Olaolu, D-tackle ribs, light practice throughout the week or full practice today. So he should be playing. Max Crosby with the knee. Full practice today. He's going to play. Lecky Fotu, defensive lineman. Heel. He should be playing. And Dylan Parham with the Achilles. Snap. Full practice. He should better be careful with that. You know what? Let him sit. Just to, let him sit so he can rest the Achilles, because that's a dangerous injury to have.
Carroll don't do that unless he threatens certain people on the team. And we know Parham's not a threat to anybody.
Let's look at the Browns injury reporter here. Joe Pitonio. See what the Raiders are doing to me right now. See what the Raiders. Guard. Just rest. So he's playing. Malik Collins, D-tackle. Just rest. He's playing. Jack. See, that's the fact that they're just resting against the Raiders. Come on. That says it right there. Jack Conklin, knee, offensive tackle. He's questionable. Everybody else, Jamari Thrash, wide receiver, he'll be out. And Alex Wright, defensive end with a quad, he'll be out. Everybody else on the list is going to play. Even the tight end, Njoku, with the knee, he's full practice. He'll probably go. And Cam Robertson, off tackle knee, he will go. So, Asylum, do we even dare ask the question, what are your keys to the game?
No.
All right. Still got the keys to the game, still can't open the door.
Yes, you're not going to fucking listen. We've given them good keys to the game, and they do the complete opposite. Why would we waste our breath?
Yeah.
I guarantee the two things that are on that list they're not going to do.
Run the ball.
Yep.
And bench Geno Smith.
Yep.
Because, and you alluded to it, Aiden O'Connell was back. And he, they talked to the media. I wasn't playing this on Wednesday, but I have a chance to play right now. So let's play right now. So right here. Okay. Aiden O'Connell, baby.
A big milestone, too, just getting out there with the guys during practice. But, yeah, excited to be officially back on the squad.
How's the injury feel right now?
That feels great. Yeah, throwing's felt pretty normal for a while. Still a couple things in the training room that we're doing just to, more maintenance than anything, but it feels great.
So is it full strength at this point in terms of, how far you can throw it, how hard you can throw it, that sort of stuff?
Yeah, I got a extra time in the rehab to, I think it was 6 to 8 week injury, and it's been more than that. So I've been able to
extra time,
definitely get a callus.
Sharpening that.
Yeah, it feels really good.
And the time that you've been kind of away, just what have you reflected on?
Yeah, I think anytime the game's kind of taken away from you, it's hard. Mm-hmm. And, I've tried my best to encourage the guys and be supportive in the quarterback room and offensive unit, entire team. Obviously, it's been hard. It's not as many wins as we were hoping for, but, it just takes 1 week. We're hoping to turn it around.
For you, while you were out, what were you kind of working on? Was it a lot of film work and book work, like playbook work? What were you working on?
Yeah, I was with the QBs basically through every meeting. Didn't travel with the team for a little bit, but all the stuff throughout the week was try to be as present as possible so I could help those guys continue with the game plan and give my insight, but also, help those guys talk through it and really just be an ear, a lending hand to Geno, to Kenny, to the rest of the crew.
I feel like you got a good grasp on this playbook if in fact you were to be called on.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, obviously been doing it since OTAs, so that was the reason I tried to stay engaged as much as possible, just in case.
What do you feel like your role can be over these next seven games?
Yeah, I think whatever they ask me to do, I'm going to do. I definitely think going to continue on what I've been doing. Again, as I've said, I tried to stay involved, and so just continue to help, continue to communicate with the quarterbacks, rest of the offense, give my 2 cents where they're welcomed, and also try not to have too many cooks in the kitchen at the same time. So try to find that role.
At any point, that's been frustrating for you, going through the amount of different injuries that you've had over the past couple of years, and kind of rehabbing, coming back, getting going. What's the process just been like over the course of the injuries that you've sustained and coming back from them?
Yeah, I think any injury is hard. This is a game that is probably 100% injury rate. Everyone's going to be hurt at some point, and so definitely frustrating, especially. Both broke my thumb last year and then to my right wrist this year. But it gives you time to reflect. It gives you time to understand how important the game is to me and how much I love it. And I do miss it when I don't get to play it. So those things are important, and maybe I wouldn't have that perspective if I hadn't got hurt.
Maybe Gino needs some time off so he could reflect on how much he loves to play the fucking game.
He's ready.
And don't pay him when you don't play either.
He's ready, man.
Make him reflect on that paycheck.
He is ready. He is ready, man. Team Ramrod is ready to go, buddy. Let's go. All you got, no. I don't want to sound mean, but this is a game where Myles Garrett and Jeff put that in here. Okay, the keys to the game right here is I saw it right here. Don't let Garrett get 15 sacks. No, but it doesn't even matter anyways because Geno Smith got knocked out of the game against the Broncos, and he still got to play. He said,
"No, he didn't get knocked out of the game. He should have been knocked out of the game, but Pete Carroll was so fucking stupid. He put a 50% Geno Smith out there when you had 100% Kenny Pickett. Had his helmet on and everything. I'm ready to go, Coach." That's who radio is, huh, Jeff? Fucking Kenny Pickett is radio as far as goddamn Pete Carroll is concerned.
Well, no matter what, he does bad. Yeah, it'll be a miracle. It'll be a miracle if Pete finally goes, I can't do it no more. I'm going to have to, if I want to save my job, I'm going to have to cut him. I'm not cut him. I'm going to have to pull him. I'm going to have to pull Geno Smith. But we'll see. He teased that when they asked that question. It was in the intro video when they said, "Is Aiden going to be 1, 2, or 3?" And he says, "Yes." It's like stop playing games. But anyways, let's do what we always do on Fridays. Okay, we do a segment we like to call "Know Your History."
Know your fucking history.
And this one is the 1980 Raiders versus Browns in the playoffs. It's a classic.
They should have went for the field goal.
That's their problem, not ours. We always go for the field goal, okay? Now, these Raiders we always go for the field goal. All right, Sodom, let's get that going right now. Let's know your history. Here we go. Know your history.
And all you Raiders out there need to know your fucking history.
The Raiders met the Browns in Cleveland last Sunday with a temperature a knee-knocking 1 degree above zero. With a wind chill factor of 37 below, it was the coldest postseason game in 13 years. But Oakland shirt sleeve Dave Dubby matched his California cool against the elements. Cleveland coach Sam Ratigliano discussed field conditions with a noted meteorologist and football forecaster. Browns quarterback Brian Sipe, number 17, longed for a dry ball and unfettered fingers to catch it. Sipe was also hampered by the Mad Stork, Ted Hendricks, number 83, Oakland's 5-time All-Pro linebacker, who is enjoying his finest season. Allowed to freelance by the Oakland coaching staff, Hendricks roamed the field, discarding blockers and disrupting both the pass and the run. the Browns defense made some big plays of its own as Clarence Scott dropped Jim Plunkett on a safety blitz. But the Browns' biggest play of the day was made by cornerback Ron Bolton, number 28. His 42-yard return of a second-quarter Plunkett pass for the game's first score warmed the cockles of the hearts of the frozen faithful. The fans were grateful not only for the touchdown, but also for the chance to move around. The extra point was blocked, but the Browns led 6-0. Jim Plunkett retaliated immediately, hitting Raymond Chester to set up a touchdown that gave Oakland a 7-6 lead. With the Browns' defense denying the perimeter of the field to the Raiders' dangerous receivers, Plunkett found the middle vulnerable. Tight end Chester's 27-yard reception set up Oakland's second touchdown, scored by the man who plowed in for both Raider touchdowns, Mark Van Eegen, number 30. Van Eegen may be the most unpublicized back in the NFL, but he has averaged over 1,000 yards for the 4 seasons prior to this one. With Cleveland having added 2 Don Cockraw field goals, the score now stood 14-12, Oakland. The Raiders' brilliant defense meant to keep it that way. Lester Hayes made his 17th interception of the season, the all-time NFL high for 1 year. Oakland was unable to hold its breath as Cleveland mounted a late charge. The Cardiac Kids once again sent pulses skipping. Greg Pruitt caught Brian Sipes' pass with less than a minute left in the game to spur hopes of yet another miracle. With 2nd and 9 on Oakland's 13-yard line, Retigliano and Sipe decided to go for the touchdown since the brutal weather had already nullified 3 field goal attempts. Cleveland may be a conservative city, but its coach is a gambler.
Red slot right. You go the red slot right. Left back stay 88. Let's go.
Brian Sipe had pulled countless games out of the fire, but Mike Davis iced this 14-12 win for the Raiders. There was no joy in Mudville, for Mighty Casey had struck out. Another look at the game-saving play shows Sipe had sure footing and good protection. He simply threw a bad pass, something he hasn't done often in amassing over 4,000 yards this year. Sipe joined Joe Namath and Dan Fouts as the only men to reach the 4,000-yard mark. Cleveland has become synonymous with last-second victories. But Oakland has been winning Heartstoppers since the Cardiac Kids were in grade school. The Raiders, only 9-7 last year, can graduate to their 3rd Super Bowl with a victory over the San Diego Chargers this week in the more agreeable climate of Southern California.
That was your Know Your History right there, 1980. The Super Bowl team beat the Eagles eventually. The wild card team. So
the wild card team, exactly. The first team to do it.
And Ed Winchell came in during that. He said, "I'm here for my therapist appointment." I said, "Well, I was going to put you're just in time for the medicine. Can we do all this and then we do Know Your History to remind you this is why we're Raider fans, because of the history. Are we stuck in the past? It's the only thing that gives us joy."
It's the only thing we got. Unlike some teams, though, at least we have a past.
Yeah. It's so long ago. I wasn't even alive during that game, 1980. I was born 5 years later. Anyways, all right, Asylum. We have. I know we don't do score predictions, whatever. I know we don't do that, but this is a weird game more so because of we're not playing good. The defense has been stretched out. You know, like I you know what I'm trying to say.
Sorry, I took that the wrong way.
Yeah. Well, now, okay, they're it's gaping now. But I'm just saying is the elasticity of the defense has been worn out trying to cover the mess that is this offense and the different situations that the offense has put the defense in. For the most part, they were able to at least slow down the damage. Okay, it's like that meme with the big old water tube and the hole, and you put on the Flex Seal. Okay, that's the defense trying to stop everything that's going on with this team. They're trying to do their best. But Shedeur Sanders is coming in, and he's not afraid to run. But he's also one who is not on the military base. I remember that scene. That was Full Metal Jacket. I don't know. Anyways, Full Metal Jacket. It's a classic. The Shedeur Sanders, he will backpedal. If you can collapse the pocket around him, he will backpedal and keep backpedaling until you tackle him. So he might be his own.
Okay, all you need is a little bit of pressure on Shedeur. He folds like origami.
Yeah.
Okay. Trust me. How do I know this? I watched KU, Kansas University, Kansas, out here. The Jayhawks straight out destroy his ass. Destroy him. And that was just with a little bit of pressure. But they had a better quarterback than we do.
Just a little bit of pressure.
Just a little pressure.
Now, with the way the Raiders are in the history of when the new quarterback comes in, he's making his first start against the Raiders, or he's a quarterback coming in, making whatever. This is what I'm afraid of. Okay,
Raiders.
Are we? I'll end the show like this. Do you see Shedeur Sanders in his first career start? Just against the Raiders. I'm not saying that this is gonna foreshadow into what he could be, but just this game alone, this game. If this one game is Shedeur Sanders' whole career against the Raiders, is he gonna look like a superstar in this game?
I plead the fifth.
On the offensive side for the Raiders, how many sacks do you think Myles Garrett is gonna get? This is not a knock on the offensive line. This is a knock on the way our philosophy is, whatever that is on offense. Because the more times you drop back to pass, or Asylum, or how Pete Carroll said, a lot of those was play action. They weren't dropbacks. A lot of times where the play is ultimately supposed to be a passing play or whatever. How many sacks do you? I was gonna say the more times he goes back to pass, the more chances the defense gets a sack on him. How many times do you think Myles Garrett is gonna? How many sacks do you think Myles Garrett is gonna get on Geno Smith? Okay, say I said that because I'm hoping that
3 or 4.
3 or 4. Jeff says 6, minimum 6.
No, I think he's. And a couple of those are going to be Geno running right into Myles Garrett's arms.
That's considered a rush.
Turn around and try to run, and Myles Garrett's going to be like, "Come here, honey, I love you," and he's going to wrap his arms around him and drop.
This is sad. Do you have a score prediction?
I can't give a prediction because it all depends on who our quarterback's going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, in all honesty, I'll say it like this. Okay? I'll say it like this. Geno Smith plays the whole game. 42-16, we lose.
42. See, and I can't refute that.
Now,
real word.
You play anybody else. Aiden O'Connell, Kenny Pickett, fucking even Cam Miller right now. I would say it could be something like 21-24-17, we win.
42. You know what? I mean, it's the defense, the Browns defense.
All the sacks. Geno's going to give them great field fucking position, so they're going to gain a couple of fucking touchdowns out of that.
Tip drill.
Right?
Tip drill.
Just go right back out on the field.
Tip drill.
Because it was, all he did was a 3 and out. So now they're tired. So they're going to allow Shedeur to march down the fucking field, even though they got to go 75 fucking yards. Yeah.
I mean, if he beat it, Shedeur, if a Shedeur-led team beats us like that, then he deserves the name Tupac Shedeur. Okay, so this is going to be an interesting game. That's all I'm going to say.
Geno's game, though? I mean, Tupac's dead. Geno's dead.
No, Geno is Soldier Boy. Okay, just a retard. No, that's mean. All right. I think that's it. I think that's all I had for today. I think that's all I had for today to show, because it's just gonna we'll see. We're gonna put a poll. The first time trying to do this game on YouTube, we want to put a poll out there.
Okay, we're doing it during the show, or we're doing it just on YouTube itself?
No. Well, we're gonna. I want to do a poll, and then we're gonna see what people vote for, and then we'll.
So you want to put it on YouTube. So watch our YouTube channel. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe so you know when the poll goes up. And what's this poll going to be?
Wednesday is Thanksgiving Eve, so we want to determine who is your turkey on this Raiders organization.
A, C, or D?
Yes. So you just wait for the poll. Of course, you guys know who the main 3 candidates are. But we'll know, and then maybe there will be other, and you can put in other, and then we'll see. But yeah, and then he
was the turducken, right?
The turducken. Well, I don't know. Well, I don't want to give everything away that everybody else takes. Not the people in the chat, but there's people who watch our show. Let's just say people,
because they don't even know what's going on.
Let's just say that they try to put their show at the same time as us on Wednesday, right at the exact same time. I know they're watching. We say, hey. They're the ones that keep subscribing. I'm subscribing.
It's all right. Keep watching. Keep doing what you do, because you know what? You wish you was us.
Jeff, I'm offended by that. We are not turkeys. We're more like game hens.
Hey,
okay.
I'm a goddamn peacock.
You gotta let me fly. All right, Asylum. That's it. That's our show. Any last words before we have to see what happens on Sunday?
I hope we have something to talk about on Wednesday. I'm tired of beating this horse. This horse is beyond dead. I think he's starting to decompose. And we've added a second horse to this. And I'm just kind of tired of beating horses. I want something positive. It doesn't even have to be a win, but I want something positive to talk about.
Positive.
We could.
It depends.
Aiden O'Connell comes in, almost win the game, but we lose it. At least we have something positive to talk about, right?
Yeah.
I just want something positive to talk about.
We beating the horse skeleton is what Jeff said. Yeah,
that's about
what
true.
We're doing.
We're starting to use the horse parts to beat the horse.
Oh my God. Anyways, well, this is how we do it. This is how Raider fans, we deal with this every year. This is our team. We're not leaving this team.
Wrong to be a Raiders fan.
Yeah. That's what I say. Like, hey, I'm loyal. Just look at my team. Look at my hey. Loyal. I'm loyal. I'm loyal like Pete Carroll is to Geno Smith. I ain't changing. All right, that's it. Everybody, thank you very much for watching the show. Thank you. Have a great weekend, and hopefully the Raiders don't spoil it on that Sunday. We'll come back on Wednesday.
You gotta come up with a new phrase.
I know. Well, until they come up with a new quarterback, I had said the same thing. Okay. Send you guys the invite tonight. Come vent more. You know what? I might. I got to see what the family's doing
Depends on the
first.
time of the show, Jeff. I have another live I got to go do, and depending when that ends, we'll see.
Yeah, I will check it out. We'll see. It's for me, it's been very busy, and the fact that I've been able to squeeze in a lot of the stuff, the videos and the graphics, and
9 your time though, so that's 8 my time, right?
Yes, because you're Central and he's Eastern, so that is, and then that's in 40 minutes. So
yeah,
all righty, we're let's end the show. Okay, we got to land. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching the show. We end every show like we usually do. I don't know what happened this past Wednesday, but we end the show like we usually do with the word from Raider Milt, aka Coach Wallace, my high school coach from high school. Anyways, yeah. All right, everyone, take care. See you guys on Wednesday. And look out for that poll because thank you, Jeff. Because we want to see what you guys think, and then we're going to incorporate into the show. So pick your turkey. Pick your turkey. Peace out.
All you other NFL teams, your tailgates are weak. Your teams are weak. We might be down right now, but it doesn't take away the history. And all you Raiders out there need to know your fucking history of who the fuck you playing for and where the fuck you're playing. Damn it. Oh, and by the way, I won my last cage fight. Again, I'm still undefeated. And you NFL motherfuckers out there that you think you want some, come on and get some anytime.